Hello friends, today we are going to discuss what are the known issues on the SQL Server which are installed on Linux platform. Here you will see that we are having the same document here. The document was updated in the 2014 as well, which is like 2 days ago only. It got updated. Means it's we are having very genuine information, very updated information. So this common table will contain the most common issues on Linux SQL Server. So if your SQL host name is having 15 characters, more than 15 characters, then you cannot install the SQL Server, and you for that you need to change the host name in /etc/hostname in Linux. So for example, you have already installed the SQL Server and you change the time in backward. If you after changing this, your SQL Server will stop its service, and so to update that again you need to restart the SQL Server. So as of now, only single instance is supported, and if you want more install, like you need to consider installing more virtual machines and Linux containers. So you cannot, I don't think so. In configuration manager doesn't exist for SQL Server. However, you cannot connect using to SQL Server for configuration manager. So there is no configuration manager and there is no resolution as well. So the default language of the SA login is English, and if you want to alter, and you can use it, you can change using alter login statement. And this is the error, failed authentication error, but there is no nothing to worry, and this is like fault message only. So if you want to rechange the password, reset the password using mssql-config utility, so you will get this kind of error. But even though if you get this error, doesn't get panic. It got changed background successfully. This is a false error, and it applies to only SQL Server 2022 container images only. Coming to database side, we can move all the databases using MS SQL quantity except master database. If you want to restore, if you want to migrate the SQL Server 2022 databases to the SQL Server 2022 only, which is installed on Linux. So as usual, how we used to restore doesn't work. So we need to use with move clause. Okay, so certain algorithm security point of view for TLS and for TLS doesn't work properly. So to resolve the issue, simply we need to disable the TCL snipers. Okay, so after that we need to restart that. So and you we are having 2012 databases which are using in-memory OLTP databases cannot be restored on Linux. Okay, and first you need to upgrade to the latest SQL Server on Windows. Then we need to move using the with move when we need to restore with move command. So user permission bulk operations is not supported this time currently 2024. Later it might be it might be fix the issue in latest upcoming versions. And TDE compressed backups that are made using SQL Server so cannot be restored to the previous CU versions of SQL Server 2019. That's true. You can that's very common thing, and that are makes users cannot can be still that are amazing 15.6 can be restored to its later version. The vice versa is possible. When you install SQL Server 2022 on Ubuntu, okay, you might see this error: failed to start Microsoft Database Engine. If we to work around this issue, we need to modify that path using alter database modified file to the default location /var/over the data. After making this change, we need to restart the service. So coming to network end, some TCP inbound services when linked servers, polybase and availability groups may not work properly when these conditions are met. So when we connected to the SQL server using host name, and so if not IP address, then we will get this error. So the simple error is like we need to disable the IPv6. We need to enable IPv6 in the kernel, and the same time we need to connect the SQL server using the IP address. Okay, Now T-SQL 1.3 is not supported, even though it is supported on the Windows. But you for the SQL Server, we need to use SQL Server Linux. We need to use T-SQL 1 TLS 1.12 only. Coming to NFS, we need to basically we need to use NFS 4.2 later versions. Below versions, we will get this kind of like follow locate and spell creation with this kind of errors. So like the binaries are not supported, and made sure we need to use NFC clients with no lock option when minding the remote share. So coming to English, if we are not using English, we need to use UTF-A encoding in the bash terminal. If we are using this American standard ACAI CASI, we will get this error. So to read this error, and if you cannot using this MSSQL-LCD utility, we need to change the to concerned LCD. Okay. uh, these are all same thing, and you will get this kind of message, successful messages. Coming to full tests, not every filter will get work. Here we will give only supported like DBA, HTML, CSV. These are only we are having filters. Coming to SSIS, and so these are all the features that are not yet supported or for SSIS which are installed on Linux. So yeah, these are things for coming to manage SSMS point of view. So using SSMS, we have connect to the SQL Server which are installed on Linux. Then for that SQL Server, we don't have any maintenance plans, and data collector and MemDW database are not supported, and Windows authentication is also not supported. The number of files to retain cannot be modified. Coming to high availability and disaster recovery, and these are especially 9 and Ubuntu. If you are using pacemaker, then only we will get this kind of issues. But when you use other stock high availability stocks like HPE, Safeguard, and DH2, DX Enterprise doesn't have these issues. Coming to availability groups continuously switch to the primary role. Then we need to update failover class timeout is equal to 0 seconds, and we need to reset the fail count. Okay, and the pacemaker. Coming to machine learning services, like we are having something unknown. We need to enable as per the CS groups to manually manage your record Linux. To be frank, I didn't understand this thing. We have little bit exposure on RHL. After that, it is saying that we need to install SQL learning service as documented. Basically, we need to disable the namespace isolation and restart the SQL server. Okay, so why we need to know? Because when we came to know what are the existing issues, then we can take care in advance, and we can go with the error-free installation or error-free configuration. So I'm going to ping this document. I hope you may like this initiation, and I'm expecting some feedback. Thank you. Bye.